Is Israel mocking Saudi Arabia? Wait, what? What's going on? Why is Israel openly targeting Saudi Arabia? Let's find out.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
A picture of the most moral army in the world is going around the internet. Which picture, if you may ask? Let's take a guess. They may have destroyed any library, children's playground, hospital, school, or even a mosque. No, not at all. These actions of the Israeli army have been performed so many times that they have become saddening for sure, but not shocking anymore.
Yeah.
But now, what the Israeli army has done is beyond one's comprehension. It is too disturbing to even reveal and extremely disheartening to know. The picture that is going viral is none other than the picture of a group of IOF personnel holding the flag of their country and stomping on the national flag of Saudi Arabia.
You know what? That is so disrespectful. And this is actually forbidden in Islam. You are not allowed to mock other countries or their religion, or in general, like mocking others is actually haram. This is not from the Sunnah and the way of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like, even if someone is not on your side, you don't mock them. Like, if you look back in the day when there were conflicts between the Muslims and some other kingdoms, or the polytheists, or with the Christians or something, like, there was never such disrespect like that. So this is disgusting, right? Like, you can have two different opinions, but it doesn't mean you like insult or mock someone, because this is a bad akhlaq for sure. Like, you don't do that. But yeah, like the whole government, like trust me guys when I say this, like the whole government currently in Israel, like they're breaking apart. Like even some of their own people are starting to turn against them, and they're upset with the current leadership there. And now with the ICC arrest warrant and this and that, like more and more officials are even distancing themselves, right?
Astaghfirullah. Yes, the country we just mentioned is not Palestine, but rather Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
The flag of the same country that has almost forgotten the cause of a Palestine state, so as to keep their ties intact with Israel. The same country that was accused of not doing enough during these 8 months to end this ongoing onslaught in Gaza, because it wanted to finalize a normalization deal with Israel. And the same country whose flag is not just any ordinary flag, but a flag in which Shahada is printed.
Exactly.
Ever since the terrible and horrifying onslaught began on Gaza, we are hearing one thing again and again, and that is the normalization deal between Saudi Arabia and Israel. How, before the war, this deal was just about to be finalized, and how, during the war, it has been paused for some time. And now again, reports are coming that the normalization talks are still taking place. Now this picture of the IOF personnel depicts that the deal was not at all important for them, and it was Saudi Arabia that was in need of it. It was never hidden that Israel wanted Palestine to get erased from the world, but stomping on the Saudi Arabian flag depicts that Israel not only wants Palestine to be erased and treated like trash, but it also wants the whole of the Arab world, most importantly Saudi Arabia, to be treated just like Palestine is treated right now. Moreover, the flag of Saudi Arabia was not just a representation of the Arab world, it was a representation of Islam.
Yes. No, they're like totally against Islam. Like even before this conflict at Masjid Al-Aqsa, I've seen this even, like how Muslims are being treated sometimes that come there to pray and stuff, right? Because there are those Israeli security guards, and they are not always very nice to the Muslims there. And this was during peaceful times, right? Or where like people actually also doing hate speech online, and the Israeli government, it's no problem that someone does hate speech against Muslims, it doesn't matter. Like, they don't even care for the Muslims at all, and this is the reality, and we see this now even more clear and stuff, right? I think their days are like numbered, seriously. Like, they're provoking everyone. Like, they even like lose the support of the West currently, right? Like, here in Germany, if you look at like the majority of people's opinions, at the beginning of the conflict, everyone was like, oh, Israel, yeah, they have the right to defend themselves. Look at Hamas, what they did there. This is horrible. Yeah, they're in the right. And now, like, more and more actually footages appear. You see this on TikTok. People are actually opening their eyes and they're seeing the truth. And now, like, the average German person that is a non-Muslim, for example, they are saying, oh, that is horrible, they're committing war crimes, this has become a terrorist state almost or something, right? Like now people are saying this, right, about Israel that had a different opinion at the beginning. They changed their mind because they're going on extremes, right? Like if you have a problem with some individuals, you don't pick civilians and put them into the pot as well, and you cook them together with them. You don't do that. If you have an issue with one group of people, you go only at this specific type of group of people. You don't include civilians, right? And that's what they are doing. Like, they don't even abide by UN laws. Like, there are rules, there are regulations also during wartime. You're not to take hospitals, schools, and civilians. This is totally forbidden. And in the West, it's definitely condemned. And the people here, the civilians, even have their opinion now. And they have a very negative opinion about the current government in Israel.
World. It was a representation of
and more
Islam.
People are also accepting
As on the
Islam
Saudi
because
Arabian
of
flag
them.
Is written the message of Islam, which is our Shahada. Why did the IOF stomp upon our Shahada? Did they want to show that this is a war between Zionist Jews and Muslims? Or they wanted to show that, in their eyes, Saudi Arabia and the whole Arab world are nothing but dust in their shoes? Whatever it is, the action of theirs is highly outrageous and blasphemous too. And at least the Arab world and the whole Muslim world too should be united against it. Because if not now, then when? May Allah unite and guide the Muslim Ummah.
Ameen.
Ameen.
There should definitely be more boycotts and stuff for sure. Like, there should be put more pressure, and that also the political parties, they actually replace the current leadership in Israel. Like, they need a political party that is more open-minded and less into violence, and that can also accept a two-state solution, right? Because there are now several European countries that in public say, hey, we recognize two states, Palestine and Israel, right? And more people in the West say this, there should be two states, and there should be a two-state solution. But yet Israel is stubborn, and they keep the conflict going on and on and on, and they're actually ruining their image totally, right? Like, what sort of future do they expect? And now they are like mocking and insulting Saudi Arabia and others. Like, what is if this conflict is over? Okay, let's say now suddenly maybe the leadership changes, or suddenly Netanyahu decides, yo, this conflict is actually bad, we no longer want this. And they come to a maybe two-state solution, right? And you have Palestine, you have Israel, and there's peace now. What about the harmed relations and the image you have worldwide, right? Because like a lot of countries and people are already canceling the current government in Israel. They no longer even want to make deals with them. They have like a very bad look on them now. The image is totally ruined. They look like criminals and everything, and not trustworthy and this and that. Like, how do they expect to have future relations with others after what they have done? And they're now doing this to even cause some political drama, where less and less countries are willing to do anything with them. Like, look at how some Western countries look at them now. Look at the ICC arrest warrant. Look at like what Egypt, what Indonesia, what Saudi Arabia now thinks of Israel. If they keep doing this, they're gonna ruin a lot of opportunities in the future to do business with others and stuff. Like, if you ruin your image and people think you're not trustworthy, or think you are like a hateful sort of group or government, then how do you expect to make future deals and make your country prosper also economically, right? Like, what if half of the world no longer wants to trade with you, even though the conflict is over, because you have done something in the past where people are demanding that you step down from your high horse, from your throne, basically? That means Netanyahu needs to go, and somebody else comes that is more peaceful and that can fix relationships with abroad, right? And do some trading and this and that again. I feel like they really ruined their face, and their image is like totally damaged. Even if the conflict is over, this will have a lasting effect, and this is all because they went to such extremes and such hate and provocations. And you can't always blame this on your soldiers and say, yo, I'm the leader, but I don't have my troops under control, they do what they want. That is wrong. You can get them fired, you can get them arrested, you can do a public apology, you can do a public trial in court where you say this person that mocked the flag is being now arrested for 20 years, he goes to jail for 20 years for that. You make this public, you show this to your partners in Saudi Arabia that you are against such practice, and then you admit that you don't have your army under control. Because like leaders are responsible for the actions of their subordinates. Are there individuals that are getting out of line and they are acting based on their own thoughts? Yes, but it is your duty as a leader to do a public apology, to arrest this individual and show the world that you are against this, okay? So there are like two options here, okay? Option number one, the government itself, the leadership, is approving of their practice. This is option number one, and I think this is the most likely option. Option number two, they know but they don't care. But both are very similar, because at the end of the day you don't have any love or respect for others because you're not stepping in to stop it. So if you give the command or you tolerate it, both is evil in itself. So definitely, if some people are saying the ICC arrest warrant is unjustified, I disagree. Because there is the duty of leadership to prevent such thing, right? So even if you don't give the direct command and you have some subordinate give it, you as a leader, you're responsible of stopping it or replacing the general that does this, right? So this is why, in my opinion, certain arrest warrants that are going on against certain individuals, be it with Putin or be it with here Israel, with Netanyahu, you can't write yourself off the guilt because you did not step in to stop it and you did not punish those individuals that are working for you, that are committing this. Because I once read a comment, right, with the ICC arrest warrant, that maybe the president doesn't know what's going on, and I disagree. The president knows already but doesn't do anything about it. So there is guilt on his hands as well for this. But yeah, let's see how the future will be, but definitely they totally ruined their image abroad. And I don't think this image can be fixed in just a couple of years. There needs to be a change of government. Like if Israel wants to also economically prosper in the future, they need a new government for sure. Like their current ruling party and president is not gonna bring prosperity to the country for sure. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm the opinion that our leader is always responsible for what the subordinates do, unless that leader does a public apology and punishes those individuals that do something, right? So if Netanyahu would say, I did not order them to step on the flag, we have to say, but you also did not punish those individuals. So you are guilty because you didn't do anything. It's your responsibility as a leader to take action if such practices are being done. And you should like call Saudi Arabia, apologize and punish those individuals. If you're not doing this, that means you're approving of what they do and you're in the same boat as them. And if you get any punishment or ICC arrest warrant, it is your fault because you did not stop it. You did do nothing against it. But yeah, we can clearly see from all the actions and how much happening and like so much is happening and there's nothing being done, that they definitely approve of this. It is disgusting. May Allah bring ease to our brothers and sisters in Palestine and free them. I mean, like may Allah bring an end to this bloody conflict. I mean. But yeah, guys, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. If you find this video informative, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time, inshallah.